characters in this game are at least 18 years old. This game's not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game or even watching this. Would you like to review detailed content which contains spoilers? Alternatively, the in-game content warnings can be enabled in the setting menu. For the sake of spoilers, I am going to say no. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you have noted the game's age rating in your region, and you consent to the exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Hello! Do not let the happy music, the Pinky and the happy girls at the main menu fool you. This game is a horror game. This game is not for those who are easily disturbed. This game is not for children. We are playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus! Now, I have played Doki Doki before. At least a year ago, myself. You will not find any footage of me playing it because at the time I was not recording YouTube videos, gaming stuff. So I know what I'm in for. But I am playing this because this is the Plus version and this has extra stuff? Because the original Doki Doki was free. This one costs money. And if I am understanding this correctly, it's pretty much going to be the first game, but with much more stuff to it. Excuse me. But I emphasize, again, do not let the pinky colors fool you. Do not let these girls fool you with their little anime style. Do not let this music make you think, oh, she's just overreacting of how bad this game can be. Because I assure you, this is all lies right now. Doki Doki Literature Club is a horror game. It is a psychological horror. It will have lots of triggering stuff in it. So if you are either a child under the age of probably what this game recommends, or even while watching this, if you feel ever so bit uncomfortable with this game, do not watch. I know what Doki Doki's about, okay? So, but since I heard there is like different stuff in here, I figured, hey, you know what? I think I will hate myself and play this game again for you guys. I like how I'm like, hey, I don't like horror games. I don't like playing horror games, but this is literally my, third game that I play, and this is technically the second horror game that I play. Now, I will also be stating this. I myself am someone who has anxiety disorder. And I've stated, I played this game before. And it has triggered my anxiety. So I know my limits. I've had it for years. I know my limits. I know what's good. I know what's bad. So I will be a good person. I will make sure I take breaks. And if you are someone who has anxiety and depression or whatever, and you insist on watching this gameplay, if you insist on watching it through and through, please take breaks. It is very important to take breaks when it comes to Doki Doki. I am not exaggerating when I say all this stuff, okay? You may be thinking, but let me tell you, do not let the screen fool you. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play Doki Doki Literature Club. And if I remember correctly, it does take a little bit, of time for the horror to begin. So you do technically get a little time to watch. But let's see, I think I kind of remember their names. You're like, you start with a Y. You're like Yuki or something? I'm probably wrong. I know you're Sayori. Monica. God, I don't remember. I don't know. The game will let me know. I'm curious. Does it? Okay. No, there's nothing in here. Even though I've played it before. Alright. A DDLC. It's not a DLC. It's a DDLC. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Never mind. Alright. We're just gonna go ahead. Put in your name. I am Fluffy. No one would actually name their child Fluffy. At least I really hope not. Let's go. Hi. Okay, so I can only imagine this is Harry. Oh, and I do want to state, I have played this game before, but for those who are new, I will not spoil nothing for you. So this is a spoiler-free zone for anyone who is new. Even though I personally have played this game before, I will not spoil nothing. So if big things happen where you're like, what? I didn't know that. I may not have a strong reaction because, honestly, it is something I already know. So I just want to let that be known. Let you guys know. Excuse me. But, yeah, I just want to let you guys know. So, anyway. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw for herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend that you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on the days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I don't know. I mean, if it's literally like, hey, if you're like, school is like a 5-minute walk, and I usually go with a friend, and I see like, hey, it's 6 minutes before class starts, that I would cut it that close. But I wouldn't. Now, if it's like 10 minutes and whatnot, I still have like a good 4-minute span, and I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. Knock on her door. Be like, hey man, what's up? Let's go. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. What a nice friend. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Okay, voices. I have to voice all of these characters. Thankfully, I believe there's literally only 5. Unless they changed things up. I don't know. But I will do my best when it comes to these voices. So for Sayori. I overslept again? But I caught you this time? And for my character, I am using my literal voice because I'm lazy. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like you were just thinking about ignoring me. That's mean. I'll be working with their voices. They're gonna change up, okay? Well, if people stare at you like acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. My character he's a dick. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to be reading, you know? Technically, you didn't have to read Sinsamori. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets becoming increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Oh, by the way, Fluffy, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't even been looking either. That's not true? You told me you want to join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Good boy. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I think it's a thing. I mean, I could be completely wrong where, at least like, because I would imagine this game's taking place in Japan. People tend to participate in clubs and whatnot and usually help. Well, then again, technically some clubs in America too do help you in college and whatnot, but I think it depends what kind of club. Like if you join the anime club, that's not going to do much for when you're in college, but if you join like the debate club, that can help you kind of thing, you know? Or like any sports clubs and whatnot, or like after school sports, those can help possibly. So your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. Is it like a deadline, like I have to get it done today? I don't remember. No promises, though. Will you at least promise you will try a little? My character literally just like burps. Wow. Yay, you burped! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised that I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Typical female. I can relate. Okay. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. I like those days where it's literally just the work day or the school day is just done, just like that, and you're like, yes. I hate though when you get home, you relax, you feel like it's been an hour or two, when really it's been like 5 hours, and it's like, why? After I pack up my things, I stare blatantly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. What is that? Stand? Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice, but to start with the anime club. Yup. You go for the anime club. I was actually in the writing club. And I actually did write. I used to write stories and poems and stuff when I was in school. I stopped after like pretty much my senior year. I kind of just stopped, but I was still participating, but I literally had so much writer's block. So when I first joined the writing club, I was good. I was writing all the time, but then senior year I was literally done with everything. I was like, nope. But I think I even for a moment like considered joining the anime club, but I feel like I am not good enough for the anime club because honestly I feel like I don't watch as much anime that would be acceptable to join, so you know, I don't know. Hello! Oh, Sayori. Sayori must... Also, I want to say, I know I keep getting distracted, but I am sorry in advance if I say anyone's names wrong. I am I am bad at this kind of stuff. Okay, I swear. Sayori must have come into the class while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one in class. No, that is false. You're there with her. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you were just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're worse than me sometimes, so I'm impressed. No, I'll pull up the history. Wait. There. Okay. You don't need to wait up on me if it's gonna make you late for your own club. Okay. Sorry about that. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm joining your club. Meanie. Sayori is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was aware that she had any interest in literature. I mean, writing is a good way to express your feelings, so it's fine. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because I thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I'm mean. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much? Why do you care so much anyway? 'Cause she cares about you. Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring a new member. Yeah. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. That's the little itty bitty girl. This is the one with the pink hair. The other pink hair girl. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really much of an airhead or if she's cunning as to plan all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, though. Okay? Yeah, let's go! Off we go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Don't worry, I've done the same. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Whoosh! Hello, everyone! New members here! I told you not to call me a new member. I glance around the room. Okay. Voices. This is where they're all coming in now. Okay, you're more of a gothic, I wouldn't merely say goth, but maybe more soft-spoken. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. She's more kid-like, so yeah. Ah, Fluffy, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome, Squidward. Welcome, Squidward. Oh, God. All the words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's probably the final year student, I'm guessing that's fourth year. I don't know. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her, or you could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says quietly ignore her. Sayori says quietly into my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki. always full of energy. And this is Yuri. Yuri, not Yuki. Yuri. Okay, the smartest in the club. Like, dude, like, if I join the club and someone's, like, deemed as the smartest, I feel like that might cause some tension. I don't know. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Fluffy. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh! We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we're in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Okay. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Fluffy. We made you room at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Okay. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Wait. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walked over to the corner of the room, and Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I want to see it. The whiskers are drawn with icing with little pieces of chocolate that were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea that you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, just take one. Sayori grabs one and Then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori walks with her mouth full. Okay. Oh, so delicious. With her mouth full and already managed to get the frosting on her face. I turn to the cupcake around my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but to notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I heard this before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe. You made them because you remember. But not for you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Dude, like, I mean, I've had snacks and whatnot in my club, but like, we don't have like a tea set in the closet. We don't have snacks all ready to go. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. There's a lot of reading, I feel. You keep a whole tea set in your classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Well, don't get yourself intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading a book may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what makes makes you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Just like lie. Just be like, oh, you know, I just wanted to get more involved with literature. Something. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems very happy to be here, so... Oh, that's okay, don't be embarrassed. I'm sure we'll make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make this club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How did you come to decided to start your own club? Yeah, that's something I would never have the guts to do, so... You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about a budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I mean, I feel like I would never be up for the debate club. Like, who wants to talk, like, debate? Some people got in them, but I don't. I'd much rather take something personally and enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader! Yuri nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It probably literally just was created. It must be hard to start a new club. Well, you can put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like festivals so much more important. I'm confident that we'd really grow in this club before we graduate. Like, right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they all were so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Fluffy, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Pinka! I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. I mean, even if someone says manga, it doesn't mean they're not much of a reader. Like, just saying. They're still reading words. Yes, there are pictures, but they're reading words. Okay? What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels with deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes lit up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like to read. I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological documents usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberately take advantage of their own lack of imagination and completely throw you in for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. That's a twist. I like a horror book. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped onto something I could relate at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I mean, it's like me. I'm someone who's all excited, happy, you know, I seem like so happy, funny and everything, and then when I tell someone, yeah, I like listening to like true crime stuff and all, and listening about murders and everything, then people are like, hold up, back up. But yeah, that usually like catches people kind of off guard when I mention that and all. So it's like, you never know. I'm not surprised. Well, I guess you could say that. But if the story makes you think or takes me time to another world, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why is that? Natsuki's eyes dart over at me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! Give it back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is so cute, as if you are... Sayori slides behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. I mean, yeah, writing poems, typically when people write poems, it's usually like kind of like a deep connection to themselves or something really, I don't know, personal. So to just be willing to share it and all, you can't just share any poem. It's usually like you have to really think on it. I know, like, I've shared poems when I was in writing club, but it wasn't just any willy-nilly poem and all. It's something that, like, I had to think of for at least a few days before writing club and all. Or I think, like, with my poems, I used to, like, make a little note at the, like, maybe like a little star or something for poems that I was okay with sharing with. So, but yeah, you're not willing to just share any of them, whether you don't think it's good or if it's just too personal. I don't know. Alright. Share that level. Let's see. The truest form of writing is oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Or probably like Natsuki, she probably just writes about cutesy things. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, we can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable with sharing hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea for everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen our bonds as a club. Isn't that right, Fluffy? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? I don't write! Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's on my mind the whole entire time. I never said I would join the club! Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose train of thought. All four girls stare back at with me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Fluffy! I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If I'm writing poems, is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay, I decided then I'll join the literature club. And they all bounced up. One by one, the girls' eyes lit up. Yay, I'm happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. You really just came all for the cupcakes? I would have been super pissed. Then let's make it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we'll officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Fluffy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hey. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki could clean up their food. Hey Fluffy, since we're all done here, do you want to go walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! And with that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica, of course. Will I really be happy spending after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to these girls. Alright, I just need to make more of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that just starts with writing a poem tonight. Yay! It's time to write a poem! Yeah, so pick the words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever you write the poem. Whoever likes the poem the most. Okay, so here we have Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri, and Monica is not involved because she's the leader of the group. So really it's these three girls we're focusing on. So we pretty much try to pick words that we think the girl we like likes. I am not entirely sure what to go for. I want to say Sayori. I kind of want to say her because like we know her the most, and we walk home from school with her. So, so you probably like all the cutesy stuff. You like the more horrifying things. You're probably like in between them. So, play. Yay! And we can pick up to 20 words. So, I don't know, portrait? Analysis, comfort, desire, papa. I don't know, comfort? Yay! Interaction with family, loud, unrestrained. Puppy! Well, we're gonna go ahead and actually save. There we go. I think so far we got 2 for you, so. Lone boop. Boop. I can't say no to boop. Okay, I think I mostly got Sayori that round. We'll see. Oh, I'm not redoing that and whatnot. In fact, to show I'm not gonna redo it, I'm saving on it. Ta-da. Okay. Hi Fluffy. I'm glad you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Fluffy. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive head first into a literature that you're not accustomed to. Oh, come on, he deserves like any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join this club this year. And last year too. I don't know if you just planned to just come here to hang out or whatever, but if you don't take us seriously, then we won't see you at the end of it. Dang. Natsuki, You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, you don't even keep it at home. I feel like I wouldn't want to keep that at school. So, I don't know. Natsuki seems to be stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Fluffy hair always gives the best as long as he's having fun. That's for Amakai. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is always messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two must be really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Fluffy can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious in the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri, you even brought up something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, I made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? She just goes ahead and like, okay, close your eyes. And then she just like punches me in my gut. Like, you said any surprise will be fine. Yeah, it won't make any big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how a girl accidentally being so cute. How is this girl? She even picked out the book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. You can read it at your own pace. I'll look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but to notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging through the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down in the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read the book that Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. Excuse me. Really? You're gonna go to a club? Like, what are they gonna think? Oh my god. Why would you be okay with the thought of falling asleep at a club, ignoring my dogs that are barking in the background? I close my eyes and end up listening in on Sayori and conversation with Monica. We probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. This festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is the idea of literature sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need some way of showing that to everyone. Something to speak to their creative minds. That doesn't sound like the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with something most fun thing ever, nobody will still come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how people are going to show up in the first place, you know? And after that, they come. We can do this thing where speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's talking like seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. Good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick. Food always does the trick. What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do something like that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't what you suggested it? Cupcakes are speak to my creative tummy. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies, of unexpected reason, I admire her. My dogs. Oh, that's because someone's walking outside of her house. Like, not even to our house, just walking along the road, just taking a nice little stroll. And my dogs say, hey, no. Oh my gosh, dogs, doggos. Alright, well, unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but to wonder what it'd be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh, hello. Wow. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't napping club. Dude, schools need a napping club. Like, literally. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that out loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. Hee hee hee. That's what I do best. Well, that's the problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. I mean, hey, man, like, some mornings it is literally hard to get up. Like, I've been hitting my snooze button so many times just to get up for work and all, and I'm just like, no, thank you. Come on. At least give me a benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over your face. Sayori glances around her. How is it written all over me? You're clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is even sticking out all over the place around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. And you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's just more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't even straight. And then the toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe the stain off with my finger. I wouldn't. Nobody would even notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. You meanie? Hey, you don't even keep your blazer button up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Ooh, you don't make comments like that. Like, no matter what, you don't say that. Now that's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. No. I start to button up her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking about how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Oh god, this is weird. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay yes. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? Lord, save me now. I struggle to close the final button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? But like, I feel like though, if you had to wear uniforms and all, I would be bad at either A, getting it set up to the right standard probably, like keeping it from holes and whatnot, or stains. But two, when it starts getting small, I feel like I would be like, I'll deal. like seriously, like I wouldn't care. You know, it's like, hey man, like, might as well save some money. I did when I bought it. If you ever button it, you would have noticed it sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna say it. Don't say that. Anyway, you look so much better now, so why does it feel strange to see your blazer button up like that? So stuffy. I'm a straight female. I'm a straight female, and this is uncomfortable for me. It's not worth it at all. She hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. I was expecting it. Ah, phew. So much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls them. So if I keep it unbuttoned, I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? Why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let me do things like this. And you take so much better care of me than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. If only you could focus on getting out of bed earlier. Or getting to bed earlier. My goodness. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we're really better at taking care of each other when we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, so maybe you should wake me up in the morning, and then I'll come over and tuck you in for bed. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out, "Why don't we share our poems we wrote now?" Yay! Fluffy, I can't wait to read yours. Same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori trots away to retrieve her poem. Or, I literally said, yeah, I can't wait to hear my poem too. Like, bro, like, did you even write it then? By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to something so embarrassing. I really can't find any inspiration since I've never done this before. But now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori saw wrinkled sheet, loose torn leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition note. I can already see that Monica's pristine handwriting is where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply with each other as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I think this might be a good place for us to end episode 1. Yes, we're gonna leave it literally right here. I already know who I'm gonna share to first, Sayori, but I will leave you guys here. But I will go ahead and end it here. So I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Yes, I know there was literally, even though I did that big spiel in the very beginning of this episode saying like, hey man, like this game is a horror game. I know literally nothing horror happens. I believe if I remember correctly, it does take a little bit before we start getting to it. Excuse me, my brother is inviting me to a Pokemon battle. But I know I remember though this game does take a bit before we get to the horror. So honestly, I don't think I'll blame anyone if they wait or skip ahead to when I get to the horror stuff. But hey man, like it will take a little bit. But I hope so far though you guys are enjoying this. Brain fart, yeah. But I hope to see you guys in the very next episode. Go ahead and give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell if you want to know when I post the next episode. And I will see you guys soon enough on the next episode of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus.